Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 90 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of FTB Sky's Expert Mode. Where between episodes I made a lot of the things I need to make. I think I made all the things I need to make. I should clear out some of this other junk that I don't think I need anymore. Yeah, you guys can all go away. I did kind of want the Prismalum still. That's on my to-do list. I don't even know why that was on there. I kind of remember adding these guys for some reason. I don't think I need that no more. Ostrom we're still working on, I think. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. So last episode, we automated elemental stuff and pure crystals and all that, which is very useful, and made it so that I could make these machines, which I did take care of between episodes. So today, we're going to start adding recipes to these. So all I need to do really is throw down some basic cabling, and you guys will have access. And as usual, what we're going to do is we're going to side config such that the back is both an input and output. Now, I'm pretty sure that some of this is going to do something. So this guy's going to emit gases. So let's remember the production line, right? So clean lead slurry, I guess, is a... I can never tell what's a fluid and what's a gas, but dirty lead slurry. So sulfuric acid... and then you're going to output dirty lead slurry, which I think is a gas. I'm pretty sure slurries are a gas. And then you will give me clean lead slurries, which are presumably also a gas. And then that's going to produce... I mean, it's not like a gas. Like, it's a chemical is what it's called in mechanism speak. There's four kinds of chemicals that can go into tanks. Pigments, slurries, gas, and something else that I forget about. But... long story short, that's what we're looking at. Oh, rustling, huh? I hear some rustling. I'll give you some rustling. Mr. Quantum Goat. Haha. Alright, so we've got some chemical storage cells, which hopefully numbers make sense and we don't have... so that's just going to be a buffer, but if it needs to be more, then we'll deal with it, right? So did I do the things here? I did do the things here. So what we can do is come over here and be like, yo, 3 raw lead and 0.1 millibuckets of sulfuric acid, which, by the way, we have sulfuric acid, so we're cool. And then you're going to go in there with water, which, by the way, we have water, so we're cool. And then you're going to go in there and do that. And that should be cool. So now if I want lead crystal times 1, we're missing 0.1 sulfuric acid from mechanism. So is that a different sulfuric acid? Does that need to be what's the sidedness? So there are no waters here. So my guess is that is a different kind of sulfuric acid. That's not the liquid sulfuric acid. That is the gaseous sulfuric acid, right? Because this is liquid sulfuric acid. And we have a full tank of it, but we don't have gaseous sulfuric acid. So do I have over here a rotary condensator, right? And you're configured for what? You're configured for turning resonant ether into resonant ether gas. So how about we use the same thing to do sulfuric acid into sulfuric acid gas, right? So that would be a decondensator. Right? I can only assume. So now if I want like 10 of these, start. So like you're doing the thing, and then you're going to get enough to do this thing, and then that thing is going to do its thing, and that'll be cool. See? Hey, look at it go. Nice. Now why do you have some extra sulfuric acid? Explain that to me. Now... this one I didn't tell about the water that it needs, but maybe I should have, right? All right, so let's try that again. Now that I think I've cleaned everything up, there's still a little bit in there. Hold on. Let me clean this mess up. So what I did is I am including the water in the pattern so that when I request it, it puts the appropriate amount of water in here for me. And that should suffice, right? Now you are cleaning some slurry, which is cool, I guess. So you have a little bit of sulfuric acid. Well, why is that? I don't know why that is. Because you should have put the appropriate amount in there, right? Because you do 0.1 buckets of sulfuric acid. So like if we look at this, it's 300 millibuckets, right? Or 100 millibuckets and 3 raw lead. equals dirty lead slurry. So why would you have put extra in there? That's my I don't understand question. Yeah, 0.1. Yeah, that seems right. So why did he have a little extra sulfuric acid? I don't know. I'm assuming that if don't we want like a pipette or something? No, I forget what it's called, but it's something like a pipette. There's a thing, a mechanism, this thing, gauge dropper. That's what I'm looking at. There you go. And I'm just going to avoid that. Goodbye, trash can. Cleaning gauges, goal reached. All right, so now let's make sure that those all configure correctly. So your side config is everything is purple or blue on the back. Your side config will be everything is purple or blue on the back. Fluids are only input, so that's fine. And then your side config is purple, energy is fine, gases we can't eject, so we'll import probably just on the back. Infused type, same deal, only back. Pigments, same deal, only back. And that's cool. And then your side config for items will be to auto eject. Okay, so let's try that again, right? So I'm going to want 10 more lead and start. And we can probably get some more of you, and maybe I want to like make more of those. Yeah, look, it's leaving behind some extra sulfuric acid. Why would that happen? That's weird. Isn't that weird? I feel like that's weird. I feel like it's weird. Shouldn't it be like exact amount goes in, exact amount comes out, or am I misunderstanding something? Now, obviously that's a this amount, right? But like we have a cell for that. It's low priority, and I don't think I filtered what cells are allowed in there. Did I? I may have. Did I? No, unfiltered. So it should be able to put any gas that it wants to in there, which is fine. I don't know. I'm a little confused by that. I have no idea how that's making extra sulfuric acid. But it's like, it's definitely doing a little extra, right? Which is a thing. Maybe it's because I'm doing such small amounts. That could be. That could be. Maybe I should adjust these values. Because I notice it's also putting in, like, teeny tiny amounts of clean slurry. And, like, see how little it's putting in at a time? Maybe it's related to that, and it's, like, rounding errors with the math. So I bet if I made the numbers more representative of what they should be, it would help. Is that fair? So let's let this finish so that it clears out all its backlog of junk. And then we'll be cool. Is that? I think that works. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. See, like it's doing like tiny amounts at a time. That's my mistake, is letting this number be really tiny here. That should not be that small of a number. I should do like, you know, the real numbers that would make sense here. Okay. And I bet this little bit of rounding error is what's causing those numbers to be off. 100% that's it. All right, how close are we to being done here? Got a minute or two. So I'll wait for this to complete fully, and then we'll come back after I clean everything up again. All right, I think I cleaned up the numbers a little bit. So let's see if this wants to go now as being a little bit better number-wise. So now this guy should get, you know, the appropriate amount all at once. 0.1 instead of 0.001. And then hopefully... See, you're still being weird. Why are you still being weird? But see how much it put in there all at once? Like, no more of this little onesie-twosie stuff? Yeah. Definitely better. And then I presume what's happening is, like, this dude is acting... No, he doesn't actually need to act as a buffer. I think we're cool. Because everything kind of, like, magically buffers in the AE system if it's in the middle of a craft. So I think we're cool on that front. But still weird to me that the chemical dissolution chamber is consuming or hoarding sulfuric acid. But, like... does it matter? I mean, it's always using sulfuric acid, right? Is there anything it does that doesn't need sulfuric acid? I'm going to say no. So here's what I'm going to say instead. What we're going to do, because you're being weird with sulfuric acid numbers, I'm going to steal you, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to remove the sulfuric acid component and just say, put the lead in, and you're done, right? And then we'll keep this thing with an exporter and a crafter, okay, for sulfuric acid. Okay, so you're going to craft the gaseous form of sulfuric acid from mechanism. Not liquid sulfuric acid, right? But gaseous sulfuric acid. And then I just need to configure you for gases. I think it's a gas. There we go. Okay, cool. So now he's going to pop that in there. This thing will keep that guy stocked, and then we should be cool, right? I like it. I think that's the play, right? So now you'll just keep sulfuric acid in there at all times, and then when I say, hey, I need some lead crystals, boom, he's just gonna put the raw lead in there directly and use up whatever sulfuric acid is available. And then this goes in here, right? And we could throw like 4 of these and 4 of those in there. Yeah, 4,000 RF a tick, I can handle that. Not a big deal. And then you could be a little bit faster, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I've been going with like 4-ish speed and energy upgrades for things. And that seems like good enough for now. Like, if I need things to get crazy fast, I'll obviously add more in the future. But I'm trying to have like a something of a balance between how much power we're generating. Like, because in this pack, you can have up to 64 upgrades. And I'm sure that going above 8x is probably not really going to make a major difference, except in how much power it generates or uses. Like, you know, it's going to be a bad time, is basically what I'm saying. Maybe I should do this, like, instead of, like, 1 millibuckets worth. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's doing a couple hundred millibuckets at a yeah, so it's fine. It's fine. We'll just leave it. All right. So now what we're going to need to do is we want to get the RTG generator. Okay. So for this, we're going to need some things that we don't currently have like knowledge of, and that's these two. Boom and boom. So let's talk this. Weak radiation shielding. So I think if we're going to go this route, we should probably go like Mega versus Nitro, because we know how to make Mega, right? Yeah. And then weak radiation shielding is a fabrication matrix with liquid concrete, which we also don't know how to make. Liquid concrete is an advanced mixer of these things, which we should know how to make. All right, so let's see if I programmed all that up correctly. Control click. Nope, not that. Control click. Start. If it worked, then this thing should resolve and craft just fine. So far, so good, at least. Liquid concrete seems pretty quick, too, so that's nice. So it made my lead plates already. And again, if anything's particularly long to craft, I can always throw it in that requester to keep it in stock. We may or may not wind up having to do something like that, but we'll see. I'll play it by ear a little bit on that front. So you're making up the last of this stuff. Cool. And then this is the trick, because I put this in over here on this guy, so I wasn't entirely sure if it would be a problem or not. There we go. Okay, nice. So that means that we are good to go on that front. So now the only thing we need to do is wait for, or figure out how to make these guys, Flux infused plating, which Seems pretty easy. We only need to know how to make flux-infused ingots, which is one of these guys, which means automating fire ingots, which we should be able to do if we do this, right? Because we have all of this all ready to go. We just need to automate it, and I think it's a good idea to automate it because I'm sure there'll be some point in the future where we need a lot of this, right? Now, all of this is automated already too, so that's cool. So what that means is we're probably going to want to go tap into more smart Flux cables over here. So here's my thought. If we just got some denser cables here, right? That's going to now be 4 and 4, right? So now we can split that and do this, right? And what we would do is probably put the dudes here for these, right? Yeah, I like that idea. So what we'll do is a pattern provider. Let me craft these and be right back. All right, so here's what I set up, right? We throw these guys on the barrels, and then we set the senders for each of these guys. Instead of the barrels, they're going to go here and here, right? So then here and here. So now that should be all we need to do. And then we can just throw Fireite ingots here and Swift alloy ingots here, and now they're automatable. And let's see if I'm right about that, right? So if I want a Fireite ingot times, I don't know, you know what I should... No, it should be... Yeah. I'm going to say to lock until primary crafting result is complete, right? I don't think this matters if we're in lock mode. I would imagine it doesn't. But this way it'll only ever do one set at a time, right? So I can do like 6 of these, right? And what we should see happen now is it doing the thing. And look, it's making more Swift ingots to do the Fireite ingots, and it's working. So that's cool. Fun automations. Fun automations are fun. I like. All right, so flux infused plating then is a manual craft, right? And these guys are made in the Energizer. So you're going to go in there, right? Now, did I have to do something here? I don't think so. I don't think I need this anymore. Because I don't need to filter anything anymore because I'm putting it directly into the energizing orb. So as long as I do this, right, we should be able to do some flux infused plating. And that does not seem to be a problem. Okay. And in terms of how fast this is, we might want to speed these guys up, but we'll find out, right? I don't have a particularly fast thing going on just yet, but, you know, we'll figure it out. So you're mixing up some stuff for me, and now you're doing that. So that's not... I wouldn't call that horribly slow, but it could absolutely be faster if I wanted it to be. Meh, we'll see. We'll see how much we need it. Is that fair? So now, the RTG generator should be good to go because we're currently crafting some flux-infused plating. So now the last thing we need is this dude. So for that, we need an advanced mixer for the time being, and then eventually we'll be using this process, which is liquid elemental void. But for now, it's this. Now, we should have ultramafic lava available, and liquid elemental earth is also available, right? Yes, we should be cool on both fronts. So then I toss this into a mixer. And then the question is, will that produce any kind of radiation? I hope not. So if I want like 10 of those, are we cool? Is that where you are? Oh, you're making protocores. Right. For some reason. Because we need quantum fluid. It will never not be fun to say quantum fluid. It's the best liquid in this game. Alright, I decided it wouldn't hurt to speed this up a little bit. So I think we can upgrade this. I made some of these real quick. Because, yeah, we have, like, flux-infused gems and also other flux-infused stuff going on, so... Yeah. And how about you? Would niotic capacitors be cool? Well, I should have no problem making a few of these. And then what is it, just diamonds? Is that right? After you're done... that, and then I could probably make another batch of you. We'll see if I wanna go the whole automate all the things route with this or not. I haven't decided yet. Luckily, that's not too long to make, but it's not too fast either. Another possible candidate for keep in stock mode, right? That looks pretty good. Now you're going to go a little bit faster now? Yeah, not terrible. And I feel like we always need a few of these because we automated this to make... Is that right? Am I thinking about this correctly? Is it... Oh, no, it's a pure crystal. Oh, no, my bad. At least it's not too power hungry. I got some of those and like some of those in advance. That would be smart. Back when this is done. All right, 2 niotics, probably good enough for now. Hopefully that will suffice. So, does that mean uranium crystals are complete? Ooh, they are, which means I can make an RTG generator? Yes, beautiful. I guess I needed that uranium crystal first so that I could get the... Yeah. All right. And then you can be chemical injection chambered into uranium shards, which make uranium concentrate, we can do that, and then do that, and then get that. Maybe. We'll see. And then that is, I guess, your production line to get fissile fuel eventually, right? Now, once we get past this initial hurdle, we should be cool. So what are you taking so long for? Are you just like a super... Oh my goodness, you are a super long process. Oh my goodness, you're so long. Yeah. Yeah. Much better. Much better. So now quest complete, chapter complete? Yeah, that's what's up. Quest complete, chapter complete. That's how we roll. The RTG generator is capable of producing constant low levels of Fe energy over a very long period of time. It also produces heat and radiation in the process as well. The radiation will dissipate when the machine is not in use or can be actively cleaned by using a microfusion extrapolator later. It's basically later. The RTG will stop working if its internal Fe buffer fills, so you'll want to make sure you're using or voiding the energy. This heat produced can be sent via an extrangulaporter to any machines that require mechanism or pneumaticraft heat. Compact machines work well for these setups where radiation is less concerning. So a quantum entangloper requires some stiff. It's probably a good time to learn how to make more of these, I would suspect, right? Now, most of this we know how to make, with the exception, of course, of these, which are a little bit of a thing, right? So this is a whole process. But we're going to get our cryo-infused gas soon. But why don't we, like, make sure? I'm going to say that I don't care about the oxygen that comes out of this. In fact, I'm going to tell it not to even care about it because I want it to be voided. Okay? So cryo-infused gas is definitely something we'll learn about. But this guy, we know how to make everything for. So that's cool, at least. Right? So yeah, that's just like a regular old recipe. So you go in there. As do you. And this one is a pressurized reaction chamber, PRC. Is that what this is over here? Why, yes. Yes, it is. How nice. All right, so you can go in there, sir. And then your side config is already such that you have everything configured correctly. So now, once we get our cryo gas stuff, we should be ready for that. Now, loot bees will occasionally drop compact machines. You know, there's some giant ones that I have access to, a large one that I have, and there's, you know, these guys too if we want. So blocks of netherite are relatively easy. This guy, wow, you get 27 of those for a single steel casing. That's cool. So compact machines ain't hard, I would say. We even have a few compact machine walls in here. So all we would need to do is like, because I think I want the max size, right? 13 by 13 by 13 versus 11 by 11 by 11. Because this is going to be nuclear-y. So we should probably consider, you know, that factor. We want to make it as big as we can. Yeah. We might have one for, like maybe one for this RTG stuff and heat production, and then another one for, I don't know, the actual reactors and turbines themselves when we get to that point. But we'll see. For now, we need this guy. Hooray! That works. That works indeed. Cool. Okay. So, yes, I had a feeling there was some kind of UI that we could open. Beautiful. So now let's put you away, because I don't need that anymore, and I don't even know where it came from. We should be close to being able to make another quantum entangloper. But in here is where we're going to want to... So what should we do first? I think what we should do is set up the production chain for this. So we need uranium shards with hydrogen chloride, right? And then we need uranium clumps need oxygen. And then this, and then that, and then we can have this guy, right? And that's your production chain, unless I'm misunderstanding something, right? Now, is there uranium, raw uranium that we can sieve? Not really. So this only exists in like a world gen type mechanic. And I don't know, it's possible there's a world gen that has uranium in it. Like, we could check Glacio and see if there's any world gen out there. Probably wouldn't hurt. Let's just see. I'm just curious. I'm assuming not, right? But can't hurt to try. So you should be finished with these guys. And then, where's my charged porter? Somehow it made its way into here. Okay, and then we can check Glacio. Because if it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be on Glacio, right? Presumably. New filter, tag, forge ores, uranium. That looks cool to me. Well, we found ice. For a second, I was like, ooh, maybe there was uranium. And then I'm like, oh, maybe not. Maybe not. And I assume that this recipe exists, right? So, like, we could do pretty good if we found some raw uranium. But my guess is we're not gonna find any. It's only an overworld. So my guess is we're only gonna find ice shards here. So far, that guess is correct. Confirming, only ice on Glacio. Wah, wah, wah. That's okay. Goodbye, purple sun. Alright, so you go away, and you go away, and I don't need you just yet. But let's get, before we go putting this dude in that thing, let's get the production chain for uranium up. Now, where are we at in terms of channels here? I'm guessing 6? Which means if I have room for 2 more channels, right, we should probably just get another P2P. Yeah, that's my thoughts. So right now we're using 14 channels on this line. Let's just grab another P2P, and then we can have a nice production line here. So P2P channel, please. Ba -ba -da -ba. And some cables. And our memory card. Wherever you are, memory card. Oh, we already have a map. Nice. Okay, so load that dude up. Okay, and then we can do that. But you're gonna be this dude with this guy. So your device offline, load it up. Then you go network booting, device online. Sweet. Okay. So now you're ready to do a production lane. So let's work backwards here, right? So first thing we're going to need is a chemical injection chamber. Then we're going to need a purification chamber. Then we're going to need, and in addition to this, we're going to need a chemical infuser because we're going to need hydrogen chloride. So we're going to need hydrogen plus chlorine, which we get from electrolytic separator of brine. So we do have brine automated already, so that's good. And I think we have chlorine, right? But do we have it in a thing? Or am I just dumping it into here? So you have chlorine because you were dumping it into here. Right. So what I could do is just like move this up one, put the tank underneath it. Yes, I like all of those plans. So what we get is a tank. Ugh, you know what I don't think I have is any channels at all over here. I'm not mistaken, I am like full on channels right now. Yep, 32 out of 32. So can I beg, borrow, and steal some channels, or what? Or should I just make another one of these electrolytic separators and make my own chlorine over there? I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to get an electro. So let me do this. Where are we at for episode timing? We are at the end of the episode. So I'm going to make all the machines that are necessary for doing this, and then next episode we'll come back, put it all together, get ourselves some uranium, because then eventually what we're going to want is to turn that into yellow cake uranium, which can go into an RTG generator and actually produce radiation and heat for us, right? And ADR for tick passive, you know, not for nothing, but doesn't hurt. So for now, wrapping up point. Darwell20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Coming back next time to do all the stuff I just said I would do. All right, for now, take it easy.